L-O fucking L. Welcome to the Watch Crappens bonus episode. I'm Ben. That's Ronnie. And if you're listening, that means you support us on Patreon. So thank you very much. Today we're very excited because we are doing a recap of one of our cult favorite shows, the season finale of Southern Hospitality. Ronnie, thoughts? Feelings, emotions?
Love it, need it. Everything I needed this season. Glad it's here. Hope it stays. Not sure what the ratings are, but I'm hoping for you guys. I'm really hoping for you guys.
I think the ratings are actually okay. I mean, they were getting a what's it called, a reunion, which means that's a good sign. And I think people watch it. I think it's just like one of those shows that gets a little lost in the mix, but I think people are watching it. It's actually like a fun, frothy delight in the midst of everything else that's happening on Bravo, you know?
Well, you gave reasons why people should watch it, but are they watching it? I don't know. Okay. You know what? It's not about what they should do because this is America. People don't do what they should do. They do what they do. That's just how people are, okay? So Southern Hospitality, I'm looking at Ratings Bravo on X, who would love you, love your work. Thanks so much for what you give us. Mm-hmm. They got 0.257 million viewers.
Sounds like a hit to me.
I mean, but they make Watch What Happens Live look like Friends. So,
but does that, to be fair, is that only live viewings? Does that account for DVRs?
People say that that's the only thing that doesn't matter anymore. That is not true, because when live numbers for shows like Beverly Hills are over 1 million, people are like, "Oh my God, Bravo still got it!" So like we can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
But maybe, maybe there's just like zillions of people watching on streaming. I don't know, because they don't ever release those numbers, so we never know the truth about that.
I know. I mean, the good news is I have to imagine this is a cheap show to produce. If any of the production values or trips have indicated anything, I don't think a lot of money's put into this one. So, you know what? I think there's like
or
chatter,
thought, really,
or thought.
This is just got to show up and roll around,
Yeah, this show is created by OpenAI. It's a prompt. Okay, young people. Charleston, someone wants to be a DJ, someone has a grandma who has a chicken parm recipe, go.
You've actually given it too much credit by putting intelligence in the description. So let's go to the circus party. We're still at this 10th anniversary. It's like the 10th anniversary. It's like crazy. Love it. She's like, wow, you guys, it's like amazing. Like, we've been here like 10 years, you guys.
It's been like 10 years. And by the way, for those who didn't watch last week's episode, we got some previous leads. I only wrote down part of the previous leads. I wrote down Maddie saying, just when Brad thought this feud was dead, Trevor and I have the last laugh. And yes, it was a laugh that was held out loud. And guess what? It wasn't just out loud. It was fucking out loud. L-O fucking L, if you will.
Did we cover that episode? We did,
actually,
right?
I don't remember. You know what's funny with this season? I don't ever remember the episodes we've covered or not. It's sort of like one big, it's just like one big experience. But I think the thing was, I feel like we were going to cover it. We wrote down notes for it. And then we sat down and there was an issue. We had a technical issue when we're recording. And we said, you know what?
Oh, it was the 3-show day. And we were like,
it was a 3-show day after Jeff Lewis, before the Crappies. And we said, why are we wedging in Southern Hospitality right now? We need to keep our sanity.
Yeah. Okay. So we should talk about it. So then she's like, yeah. And then I talked to her. And then Trevor's like, yeah, I literally called Sammie, recorded the conversation. And then we see the conversation and Sammie's like, I just shouldn't have done what I did. And Trevor's like, set me up. And she's like, I gotta go.
And then, of course, the big thing that happened last week was that Leva promoted Emmy. She's like, Emmy, you're not getting Maddie's job. And Emmy's like, oh. And she goes, You're getting the job above her. And Emmy's like, what? You're going to be a boss. I am going to be a boss. And Leah, CEO, was like, I'm going to show you everything now. You are coming under my wings. Do you want to know how to refill a macaroni chafer? I got you, girl. I've done buffets in Vegas.
All right, girl. Listen, Leah, CEO talking here. I don't want to get sterno with you, but I will if I have to. Why aren't you laughing? That was a chafer joke.
And so the big thing is that like Republic Bar and Grill and Club and Restaurant is celebrating its 10-year anniversary on King Street, the epicenter of nightlife in not just Charleston, but perhaps America. And to celebrate, they're putting on a circus themed party, and everyone's showing up in their circus costumes. But Emmy, why hasn't Emmy changed yet? Why is Emmy wearing that like orange dress? It's like weird, Emmy, because you're like a bottle girl, so you should be in like circus clothing. What's going on, Emmy?
She's not even wearing the circus colors, like some maroon maybe or something.
I know.
She's wearing like a light peach, you know. And it's because, guys, she is the AGM, the Assistant General Manager. We have come up with a position just to watch Maddie spiral out of control. There wasn't even this position before, but we have come up with a position just to watch everybody go fucking crazy.
Maddie, who is so furious that Emmy might be coming for her job, well, guess what? You got to keep your job, so don't be upset because Emmy actually went above you. So now they're mad, and Emmy's like in boss mode right away. She's like, "Okay, everyone, limes need to be squeezed, brooms need to be swept with, and the sour-looking bottle girl, you're killing it. We still love you. You're an icon."
Yeah, that cardboard, that crumpled up cardboard bag or cardboard, you know what I'm trying to say.
The Cloris Leachman with platinum blonde hair, whoever you are, you're killing it. We love you.
You're doing great. Okay, so now there's like circus dancing and circus themed things happening. And Joe and Maddie are talking, and Joe's freaking out about this too, because now Emmy is Joe's boss, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "What? You're not my boss?" And she's like, "Yeah, I am. And that's why I'm telling you. You need to go cut a lime right now. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to be a assistant general manager."
Barnum and Bailey Circus. So Joe is all upset, and so he's going over to Maddie, and he's like, "Can I say something? I'd rather be a DJ. I'd rather be Joey Bottles and you be a DJ than being quote unquote assistant to a general manager. Like, I don't want that."
And then Emmy's over talking to Will. She's like, "Well, guess what? I'm here to set an example. And if you don't like that, and if you don't follow it real quick, then there's going to be a problem with you, okay? Because I'm an assistant general manager, but I also don't have a problem assisting you to the general exit, where you're going to be exiting after I tell you to exit, because I'm an assistant general manager now, Will." So,
yeah, he's going to learn real quick how this is going to go, okay? Because guess what, Joe? You really fucked up, Joe. You really fucked up.
And Will is getting all steamed up too, but he's dressed as Marcel Marceau, which makes this hilarious because Marcel Marceau wasn't in a circus. But he's like, well, he's going to learn real quick how this is going to go down. She's like, why are you climbing miming climbing down a mountain with a rope, Will? Marcel Marceau.
I noticed that too. I wrote down what's so funny is that he's dressed in like these stripes and has a little beret on. So Joe's like, I was like really pumped for Emmy to get like, like a VIP promotion, but like I'm annoyed she comes out and it's like, hey, I'm like AGM. And then O'Sheen's like, yeah, but she's in between Chris and us. She's a mediator. It's a good thing. He's like, no, I'm the mediator. I'm a meaty and I'm an aider. I'm all this. Okay, calm down. You can't come up with your comeback yet. So don't be jealous. Just be proud of the moment. Oh,
look at it like I look at it. This is a girl. She's got a much more important ass to grab now, man.
When you grab that ass, that's assistant general manager. Yeah, but like, who wants to be like the assistant to like a cereal? Assistant general manager, not assistant general Mills. Come on, get it straight, man.
And Emmy comes in and she's like, guys, there's something wobbling on table 10. Table 13's literally on fire. I'm an assistant manager now. Do we have limes? Why is this floor so hard? I'd like a softer floor. Somebody take care of that, please. Thank you.
Will, could you clean up that mess with an actual broom, not the one you're pretending to have in your hands right now? Not helpful if you're miming.
Does anybody have the keys to the glass cage that Will is locked in right now? Anybody.
Has anyone seen Will? I think he might be in the news bottom floor that we have. I could swear I saw him taking the escalator down there.
And Will's like, that guy's ego is so fucking huge. It's honestly sad to watch, and it's infuriating at the same time.
Look at me screaming uncontrollably. So Emmy's like honestly, he should be excited that I'm the new general manager, and I don't know why he's so upset. It makes me mad. So she says, Joe sucks. This summer I've worked my ass off, okay? I've used that lime machine so many times and cut so many limes into 8 slices all at once. I've just got the promotion of my life and he's ruining it. He's a shit friend. Sorry, not sorry for being your boss, which I am, your boss.
So then Olivia is there because she's like a star, guys. She's a huge star. Olivia and Vanita are there. So let's take a minute to calm down our impressed vibes because this is huge. We can tell because the show's like, oh my God, look who's here. It's people from Southern Charm. So then Leva's out talking to them and they're like, oh my God, Leva, this is like so amazing. She's like, yeah, this is amazing. She goes, yeah, it is amazing. It's been 10 years. We've had a bar for 10 years. And they're like, that is amazing.
And then we go back into the kitchen and they have this nice cake that says like 10-year anniversary or whatever. And Leah's overseeing it. She goes, okay, everyone, Sparklers 10 cake sign. Okay? Sparklers 10 cake sign. Did everyone hear that? I'm like, you're just bringing a cake outside. That's okay.
And then outside, Maddie's like, guys, thanks for coming out tonight. This is Leva. I'm saying this is the DJ right now. Wiggy, wiggy. Here's Leva. Leva, take it away. Okay, wait, hold on. Take it away, Leva. And she's like, guys, welcome to the circus. It's been like crazy that like we went from like an idea to like creating what we think is the epicenter of Charleston downtown. It's, guys, we had an idea. We're like, let's open a bar. And then we open a bar.
She's acting like they invented cold fusion. Like we thought, what if we bring the particles together? It's like you just said, let's have a bar and we'll open up a bar. So then
you sell bottles of Trader Joe's champagne for like $500.
I know.
Like,
so meanwhile, after Joe has been going around complaining, like, why isn't he, like, this is bullshit that like someone got promoted over him. Like, I work hard. So he has the big party sign and he just drops it on the cake. The big fancy cake. He just drops it.
And then the girls come out with the sign and the cake and it's party. Everybody's partying all over the place. And Joe is talking to Leva and Chris outside. And Joe's like, wow, 10 years. Wow, it's like a decade, you know?
Which, we'll let that sink in. Let that sink in.
It's just such a Joe thing to say. Wow, it's like a decade.
It's not funny. And Leva goes, yeah, I could like not be more proud to work here, but here's the thing, like, I'm happy for Emmy. You know, I got her job here and like she's like my little sister, but it's like not my decision. It's like y'all's decision what happens. And Leva's like, okay, like let me worry about it. Like I don't need your input right now.
She's like, you may think you're talking to a little girl with a dream, because I was a little girl with a dream, but now I'm a woman and that dream has come true. And I've been here a decade. So you better watch your fucking whore mouth, Joe. And he's like, well, Emmy's not going to come up to me and boss me around. That's not going to fucking happen. And then he tells us, I don't feel like Emmy deserves a promotion. Like, I feel like I was overlooked by Leva for this position, even though it wasn't a position before. And I totally think this position is stupid and I don't want this position at all.
Yeah. I was like, you can't have it both ways. I was overlooked by this position that I don't want at all. I mean, like, hello, does anyone else drop a sign on an expensive cake the way I do? I don't think so. Like, AGM is like a really hard job and she's like a bottle girl, but I'm like a guy who stands out on the street and I was like, come in. So like, I think I'm more qualified.
She doesn't know what it's like to stand outside all night long, getting people to come inside. That's huge.
I've worked like so hard for this summer. Like, remember when I spent the first half of the summer hitting on the girl who worked below me, that like was like really showed that I deserved a promotion.
So he's like, yeah, it's a hard job. And she's just a bottle girl. And Chris goes, not anymore, man. Not anymore. He's like, yeah, well, good luck with that. And he's like, listen to me, man. What I need you to do is calm down and relax. And he's like, don't tell her she's my boss then, because she's not. And Lova tells us, no, babe, there's not room for not respecting my decisions. That ain't happening. I do like to be a friendly boss, but it's a fine line. And if you start forgetting who you're dealing with, I'm going to have Leah, CEO, tell you who I'm dealing with. Leah, take it away. It's like, you are dealing with one of the most powerful little girls with a dream that's ever walked the streets of Charleston, bitch.
I'm not afraid to not be a friendly boss. I don't even want to be a friendly boss. And if you decide to come from level, well, guess what? You're fucking with someone who's on the Forbes 50,000 list, okay? So get the fuck out of our faces and get back to work, Joey Bottles.
And she's like doing double like shooting fingers while she talks. She's like, I'm going to remind you real quick who you're dealing with. I was like, oh, Leva, yes. I love some GM energy.
Yeah, you're
double
dealing
finger
with
guns. Oof.
You know what you're dealing with? You're dealing with someone who had a vision. You're dealing with someone who's the Steve Jobs of King Street, okay? Because guess what? One day I was happy, and I was happy for about an hour. So you know what I came up with? Happy fucking hour, okay? Get out of my face, Joey.
By the way, how many people got Emmy the job? Because so far, Maddie has already claimed to have gotten Emmy the job, and now Joey's claiming to have gotten Emmy the job here. Who got Emmy the job?
Apparently everyone got Emmy. It was like a joint effort. You know, there was probably like a scene that was like, Leva, we've all come here today to tell you about a girl named Emmy. We want you to hire her, you know?
Was she a little girl with a dream? No.
She had ribbons in her hair.
No one's competing with me and this bitch. Take that. Pew, 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 pew.
I just love also how threatened they are at the idea that like someone that they got a job for could actually leapfrog them because they actually work hard. Because we've always seen Emmy do all season long is work hard and do lots of things while they're like slacking off. Maddie is taking gigs at different clubs to DJ. Joe is hitting on employees that work under him, and Emmy's actually doing work. And they're like, "What? I can't believe she got promoted over us. That's wild."
Yeah. So Joe's like, I'm done talking. And he leaves. He's all pissed off.
He's like, this is like not a side gig for me. This is like my livelihood. Like, you don't know how to run a business because I don't want to work here when I have my little sister coming out here and like ordering me around. Like, that's like not cool. I was like, how about you stop referring to her as your little sister too, by the way, because you guys are both employees and that's not professional.
So the next day... I don't care. So the next day, not that you're mad. I care that you're mad, but I can't get mad.
I care that I'm mad because it's like I cannot get mad. I cannot get myself worked up over this show.
So the next day, Mia's making out with Troy, and she's like, your abs look really good from this angle. He's like, yeah, I'm Troy, so that's why. And then Grace Lily finally is doing the hula hoop in her room, which is all I've needed all season. They really let this storyline drop, and I'm like, hi, I'm here for the artistic journey of Grace Lily and her fucking hula hoop. You can't just cut me off, people.
Well, I'll tell you what else was dropped, the hula hoop, because it was flying off her and goes flying at the dog.
Hey, you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
So then Joe Bradley, who being for whom being a VIP server is his life and his livelihood, and he cares, and he should get a promotion. He gets a text from Chris saying, we're at the manager's meeting. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Fuck, man. So then we get a new Trixie Monocle's playing all through all this. That's like, we're gonna live forever. But then the song changes, and then she's like, we're high. I guess we're living the high life. And then it's just Maddie and Trevor in bed, living the high life.
They eat BLTs and watermelon for breakfast.
It's bizarre. Just look at my sandwich. This is like beach food. Such good sandwich.
Watermelon and BLTs. I mean, it was so extravagant. And it's also a lot for such skinny people to be eating like watermelon. I don't know. I was jealous. It's like, I can't do that.
I'm the bitch that eats this bitch right now. It's my sandwich.
I'm the melon that eats this fucking melon. Right, bitch?
My name's Maddie fucking Reese. Don't you forget it. I eat watermelon and BLTs whenever the fuck I want because I run this bitch.
She's like, I feel so at peace right now, and the less my friends know about my peace, then the better, because they hate peace. And she's like, Trev, when you came down to Miami and I found out about the extent of that phone call, like, I felt a little guilty. And he's like, you felt guilty for believing him? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, which is, by the way, this is funny reading this back because we know the big twist at the end of the episode, and she's acting like she only found out about that phone call now.
Maddie's delusion and lies. I mean, she's like at level season 6 housewife.
Yeah.
That she's just making up shit and planting stuff and lying and like trying to run a whole season. I mean, girl, that's like just like you've been on Bravo for years and years and not just a few weeks. Because how long do you think they take to shoot this show? Like 2 months, maybe 8 weeks tops.
I think 8 minutes to prep, 15 minutes to shoot, and then it's a wrap.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
She is doing some like light reality Vontice, but like the thing is, it's all for a scandal that no one particularly cares about. It's just sort of like there. We ingest it and then it goes on. We go on with our lives. So she's like, yeah, that like I almost feel guilty hearing about that phone call. And he's like, oh yeah, you feel guilty for believing them? Yeah. Oh yeah. I called her while you guys were in Miami because I knew she wouldn't be around Brad, and I got the honest answer. Yeah, he's full of fucking lies, man.
And she's like, I'm not surprised he did this because he's the planner. He's a conspirator. He plays tits for tats. But this recording, it vindicates Trevor, and I'm grateful because I can finally move on.
Yeah, well, you know what? Try to be the bigger person, and like hopefully he'll do the same. But like on his story, he's always like, oh, it's really easy to be nice and positive. And then we see footage of Brad, all of his Instagram stories where he's like, be positive, positivity is key. Which, by the way, I will give a point to Trevor on this, because one of my pet peeves are personal trainers who think just because they're in shape that they are motivational speakers. Like, hey, we're good at podcasting. It doesn't mean I'm going to go on to Instagram and tell everyone, you know what, live your best life every day. You just got to wake up and you just got to do it. Like, no, you're a personal trainer. You've got a great body. It's your job. You're doing your job. Congratulations. I don't need every piece of content you to put out there to say like why I've got to wake up in the morning and just do it, or feel this way, or be optimistic, or just give yourself 5 minutes to think about you, or just smile once a day. I don't need that. I just need to look at your abs.
It's also just another person who's like a horrible human being pretending that they're like super, super positive,
Right.
Like, hey, you know what? Being kind is free. So is working out. Did you know that? Like, why don't you say that? Exercise is fucking free too, people. You don't really need to pay me to do it. Walk. Go outside your fucking door. Walk. Do a couple of push-ups, okay? I'm literally stealing your money. Okay?
Yeah.
There's the truth I need from you, sir.
So Trevor's like, yeah, bodied by Brad, positivity is key. And then he creates bullshit behind closed doors. Yeah, more like bullshit by Brad. I run this bitch. That was funny, man. LOL. Fucking hell.
So then he's smiling. He's like giving an evil smile because he's got her right where he wants her, right? She's totally believing everything. So then we go to Sammie having lunch with Bradley and Lucia, because Bradley's messy as hell, So he's, of course, going to be like, look at our new cast member.
Yeah.
Sammie.
Really trying to make Sammie happen. So she's like, he's like, wow, when we do Pilates, you really make me look stupid in there. Oh, yeah? Well, you make me look stupid when you train me. And then TJ is like, hey, Sammie, you want a bite of the sandwich? Sure. Don't want a bite? Just a little bite?
She's like, no, but it looks so good.
It's really good.
You sure you don't want any?
No. Want a bite?
You can just have a little one. What's a little carb going to do?
A little bite?
Just a little bite, little tiny bite. It's like, no. And she does that thing which we've all done when we're like, I'm just going to have this smoothie while you guys have lunch. It's going to totally be the same thing. And then she just stares at everyone else's food the whole time she's with her smoothie.
You want a bite? Sammie?
We've all been there, girl. Okay. We've all been there.
TJ must have gotten fucked up in that Pilates class, because this is definitely a revenge bite. Oh, so you've got a great body now. So you want a bite of the sandwich? Bite? I'm a bite. So they're talking about how they got all this stuff for Will's party, because Will's gonna be having a going away party, but it's also gonna be a 4th of July party. And so TJ has invited Maddie to the party because he said, I said, I don't know what's going on with her and Trevor, but if she wants to bring him, that she could bring him, and if she also wants to buy the sandwich, she could. So, want a bite? Anyone?
And TJ's like, yeah, she might come. And she'll probably be eating a sandwich. I mean, no offense. Not that I want you to compete with her or anything. But, and Brad's like, oh, yeah. So what about the whole like voice message thing? And he tells us, here we go again. In Miami, Maddie got caught in a lie and I thought we were done with it. But now my name is being dragged through the mud again by Maddie. And Sammie's like, but guys, like, did she play the whole voice message? Because the voice message was like 30 minutes long then. And he goes, no, because the voice memo he's showing everyone is like 30 seconds.
I love how Sammie is like not even horrified that our conversation was secretly recorded. Like she's just like fine with that. She's like, but what? I don't mind that he secretly recorded me, but that he only showed 30 seconds is horrifying. She's
like, why is my camera time being cut down on this show?
I know, that's probably what it was. Brad's like, yeah, no one's on the phone for 30 seconds to ask one question. I'm like, have you met Bethany Frankel? Okay, all right, you know what? Get me the mayor on the phone. Hi, what's going on with the traffic lights these days? Okay, all right, talk to me later. Bye.
So Maddie's like, Sammie's like, I feel like the whole point of his call was for me to say like we didn't make out. Like he just kept saying, you just need to say it. You just need to say it. I just need you to say it. So Lucia says, do you think he edited the voice recording that he shared to Maddie? And she's like, yes. So now we're hearing the recording and we hear in the recording, she goes, I don't know if he says, I don't know if Brad drew you into this or what, but, and she goes, it was something between Brad and I don't know. I was talking to him about it. Talking about what? Set me up. Yeah, like, I don't feel like talking. I shouldn't have answered the phone. She's like, there's like a lot of blaming me for everything that went down in his life. And we see the clip, again, or maybe for the first time, I'm just saying it again. And he's like, so wait, the thing that worries me is that you really believe that we made out? And she answers, I don't want to talk about it. And he's like, but you kind of made it my life. So he's like sticking by the thing that they didn't make out. I mean, I kind of believe just what the video showed. I think if they really made out, she would have shown the video of them making out. I think the video was them wasted. He was kind of like lightly flirting and they were going out to party because she knows this friend group. So that's what it seems like to me. Would I doubt that he made out with her? Not really. But wasn't the story initially that he made out with her friend? I mean, the story is just kind of like... Well, Mikkel brought it that Mikkel said, no, he didn't make out with her. It was the friend that she made out with. It was his friend. And I guess she got them confused. But then people have seen her on videos of season 1 with this group. So she obviously knows this group. It's not like she's some new girl that they would be confused. So I think... the story's changed a lot. I believe Trevor did do probably made out, or if he didn't make out, he was trying to make out. I can imagine him getting real close, like the noses on noses sort of thing. Either way, I think he is a cheater. And I don't know if any of this stuff exonerates him the way he thinks it is. But it's enough for Maddie, because Maddie's just looking for any sort of excuse to hang something. She just wants... Maddie is the sort of person who wants to find an excuse to be able to go back to Trevor and then be mad at those who doubted them, even though she burdens everyone with, I think he's cheating on me. And then they're like, yeah, he is cheating on you. Then she can get mad at them for... It's like, why would you say he's cheating on me? Yeah, she's just looking for an excuse to do that bullshit. Okay, well, now we go to the restaurant and it's time for lineup, guys. So Emmy's running the meeting. She's like, okay, guys, I'm the assistant to the general manager. So we're just got to clarify right now. Maddie's DJing till close. Maddie, what do you have to say about it? Maddie's like, just ignores. Like, okay, well, I'm going to move on because that's what general managers do. So Joe, do we have table 3 or 6 open? And he ignores her. She's like, you really fucked up, Joe. So Chris is like, Joe, how many tables do we have? He's, we have black tables. It's like, okay. And then Oshin's like, I don't know why Joe is so butthurt about Emmy getting her promotion. He's absolutely butthurt right now. And Emmy's like, okay, Grace, your titty's out. She's like, oh, hey. So now Maddie and Grace and Joe are outside.
and Grace Lily. And Joe's like, hey, so like, what do you think about like Emmy's promotion? Isn't that like crazy? And Grace is like, I don't even know what an AGM was, but to be fair, I don't even know what a GM is, or an AG, or an AM, or a GM, or an MG. I'm just confused by letters sometimes.
And he laughed too hard. And she's like, I just don't know. Here's what I know. It's Sunday and we're chilling. Wavy baby. And Maddie's like, I just don't want her to take my job or my money. He goes, yeah, but like she has full intention of taking your job. She's been talking about it for months. And Maddie's like, I know. And she's a snake for that.
I'm like, what don't you dum-dums understand? She didn't get your jobs. You still have your jobs.
They're still mad at the wrong storyline. It's so funny.
I know.
They're still mad at what they thought was going to happen and not what did happen. So Maddie's like, I mean, I understand why Joe's shaking because Republic is his life. I mean, right now he just needs to swallow his pride and let karma take its course because karma is coming for Emmy Sherritt. What'd she do? So is there like a certain... Now look, as a restaurant worker, I always have believed that there is a certain place in hell for restaurant managers. I don't think that I've ever met one that's been cool, like a GM. Not cool.
I would believe that. But what's funny to me is Maddie saying like, oh, well, Republic is Joe's life, as if it's not her life. And yet at the same time, she's so bothered by the fact that someone got a promotion over her when it's not even her life. But you better be careful. Don't get on Maddie's bad side, because what we learned from the previous scene also is that the last girl who got on her bad side, Maddie drove her out of Charleston. I was like, okay, I'm sure the VIP bottle girl at the club can drive someone out of Charleston. So Joe's like, you know what? On Thursday night, I was like in like a really bad headspace, and like I kind of got into it with like Chris. And so we see 2 days ago, Chris is like, hey, you missed the manager meeting. What's going on? And he's like, I just feel like I could call in. Like, I could be on speakerphone. Just like, put it in an email, bro.
With that attitude, you need to go home, Joey Bottles. He's like, what? Like right now? He's like, yeah, like right now. So we cut back, and Maddie's like, Joe, don't fuck up, Joe. You got to be on your P's and Q's right now, okay? You're valued here. And he's like, yeah. And you know what else? I love this place like I love Nana's chicken parm.
You really fucked up, Joe. You really fucked up. Quiet,
so then,
Joe.
Aria, the VIP server, really comes for her moment. She's like, season finale. I can't wait to have my moment. Emmy, Will, may I have a moment of your time, please? I need to have a discussion with you.
Yeah. So you guys know I went out on Thursday, right? They're like, no. Okay, well, I went out on Thursday, okay? Wait, say it again. I didn't really follow. I went out on Thursday, and Joe was saying, like, so Joe was saying that you and Will are going to break up as soon as he goes to law school. And he said he has no faith in your relationship. So Emmy's like, oh. And so her hands get like into like full on like angry like G.I. Joe mode. She's like, personally, I have a really big issue with Joe, but professionally, as an assistant general manager in this empire known as Republic, right now is not the time. And I will talk to Joe later in the week. Aria, I love you always and forever. Signed, your assistant general manager, Emmy.
So then outside, Grace is like, wow, Joe, your eyes are sparkling. They look so good, Joe. Wow. So Will comes out. He's like, Joe, can we talk? You really fucked up, Joe. He's like, okay, well, you look really good, by the way. Which I love that he got a Bravo Classic in there. Yeah. And then Will brings a new Bravo Classic. He's like, let's go chat by the dumpster. So they do.
They go to the dumpster.
He's like, oh, hey, Aria, what's up? Remember last Thursday when we went out? She's like, yeah, it was really fun. He's like, yeah. So what's up, guys? What'd you say about us Thursday when you went out? I didn't go out Thursday.
Thursday? I'm like, can you explain that again to me, that concept? Okay, so Thursday night, you said some shit about Emmy. You said that her and Will were going to break up as soon as they go to law school. And Will goes, mind-blowing.
Why are you saying that, Joe?
You're really fucking up, Joe, actively.
What's up, Joe? Why are you saying that, Joe? Come on, Joe.
I don't know. Hey, Aria, first of all, thanks so much for like killing those White Walkers. Not like men. It's not the same Aria. I'm a different person. Jesus, Joe, you're such an idiot.
He's like, well, it's not that I want. And he starts doing this thing where he's grabbing his head. He's like, oh no, I just got caught. But I don't want you to break up. And Arya just shakes her head like, and you thought I was going to keep that to myself, Joe? You're really fucked up, Joe. He's like, the last thing I want to do is like, and on a bad note with my best friend. He's like, then why are you saying it, Joe?
Don't fucking talk shit about us, Joe. You're really fucked up, Joe. You're really fucked up. So Joe's like, everything I said to Arya, I don't even remember saying. It's wild. And Will's like, oh, do you believe it? Do you think it? Do you believe we're going to break up? He goes, well, I'm not ruling it out.
And so Joe tells us, I don't have any facts. I don't want to say it, but like, Will's not a great drunk. And when he gets to that level, he's just not the greatest guy. I mean, he's drunk in my apartment going to the bathroom with another girl. It doesn't seem that far-fetched that he would make out with another girl when he went to law school. Duh, I had to say it.
So Will's like, I'm going to go back to work. You're really fucked up, Joe. You're really fucked up. Now, by the way, I like Arya. And the real reason why I like Arya is, to me, she looks like a young Dolores. You know, and I love Dolores, one of my favorites.
She does like have Dolores kind of a young Dolores vibe.
Yeah, she looked like a young
younger.
Dolores.
So then Will's at mom's house. Will's at his mom, Katie's house. And I love Katie. She's like, oh God, I've given birth to a fucking moron. You know, she's got that. She's got an English lady mother. She's like, well, I haven't seen you in a few days. So what do you have to do to get ready to go to law school?
And he's like, well, I've got some reading I've got to do. And I ordered a bed, and I ordered a bed frame, and I ordered bedding, and I ordered other bed stuff. Oh, God, I raised a bore of a child. I'm going to miss you and your stupid bed stories, but I'm glad you're moving on and getting out of my house and drinking all my tea and getting on with the next stage of your life.
It's going to be nice to not have to sit down to read Goldilocks to you every night. Not because I don't like reading to you, but it is hard having to explain who Goldilocks is every single night. She's a little girl going from home to home. I mean, come on.
It's so difficult to have to explain the logic of her decisions over and over and over again. People don't like cold porridge. It's just what it is.
He's like, yeah, well, guess what? Everybody's being mean to me. He's like, Joe sucks. Joe's being mean about my relationship. And he tells us, my mom has a really stiff upper lip. And when I told her I was going to apply to law school, she was like, I always knew you would, but I didn't want to tell you to. That's how she got me to do it. Oh, she's so smart.
Yeah. But like, mom, like, yeah, me and Joe, like, so Joe's being a shitty friend. She goes, oh, really? But I always thought Joe and that tramp you call a girlfriend were always so close. And goes, yeah, that's why I'm confused about it, Mom. I mean, the craziest thing about all of this is like, I'm trying to make sure our relationship makes it through law school, and it's hurtful because I'm having these concerns. But like Joe, his concerns is that like he's hoping it to fail. So like, I want it to succeed. He wants it to fail. Do you see what I'm trying to say here?
Will's so full of shit. He's clearly setting this relationship. He's clearly setting Emmy up to break up with her. Or he's setting her up to be like, well, so I cheated, but I told you I was worried, babe. I told you. But he's just mad that he's getting called out on it early, you know? And he's like, Mom, I miss you. I'm going to miss you. And I'm going to miss the dock and the boat. And what else am I going to miss? She's like, Emmy, the girlfriend. He goes, right. And we just get a boom.
That blonde American you bring around here, her. So now it's
Ask him. It's assistant general manager, Mom. Ask him. That's what I've been calling it to your father. It's the only way I can really remember her name. Ask him.
Ask him.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So now it's the 4th of July, and Trevor's waking up Maddie because they got to go. One foot in front of the other. And then we see Lucia with her son, and then there's American flags. There's 3 hours until the party. So now we go to this house that's run by this guy named Jamie, who's like a 55-year-old having a party for 20-somethings. And he's like Joe's friend. He's like a homeowner. And then Brad and TJ are setting up, and Joe comes ambling in. Happy 4th, boys. TJ's like, new shorts? Guess you're not going to include me in on those decisions when you buy new shorts. I would even offer you to buy my sandwich.
He's like, yeah, totally got new shorts. So they take the machines in and get ready for the carnival party. And they're really into this carnival.
I was about to say, not very creative. Not creative. They're like, yeah, let's do like, instead of circus, we could do like carnies. It'll be fun.
We'll just keep up with this carnival theme. It's going to be amazing. Why did they do that? That's so weird. And then guess where else they have a carnival theme? On Summer House.
Yeah, spoiler.
Which we're about to cover after this. Crazy. So Joe, Brad, and Will are talking. And Brad's like, where's your head at, Will? And he's like, like, oh no, where's your head at with Will? And he's like, like, he laid into me by the dumpster. And Joe's like, yeah, because he had a problem with you. He's like, well, we haven't had the easiest summer, me and Will. He's been pretty ruthless with me.
Then we see a montage of many Will moments with Joe, including, you really fucked up, Joe. You really fucked up.
So Joe's like, but dude, I love Will. And we're like our friendship right now. Like, I'm worried about it.
And she's just like, well, I don't think he knows that anymore. And I just think you say whatever the person in front of you wants to hear at the moment. And it's not like true. So you need to say better things.
No, that's not true, by the way. I have to say, I love your stick vacuum. You like the way that you use it. It's like you really get all the dust in it.
See, you're doing it right now. And thank you. I actually did really need to hear that at that moment. So, yeah, like you also say Maddie's one of your best friends and you say horrible things about Maddie. So, like, what do you say about us when we're not around?
Like, but I do consider her one of my best friends, and you guys like too. But like, I feel like I'm just getting pulled at from all these angles.
Brad's like, be a man, Joe, and accept the fact that you were wrong and get your shit together, please. So now everyone's getting ready for the big party, and Oisin's like checking in with Maddie about what she's going to wear to the party, and Will is like asking Emmy if Emmy's going to jump in the pool with him later in the night, and Emmy's like, I am not looking forward to seeing Joe. As an AGM, I can say, I wish you were a lime that I could splice into 7 parts.
So now we're at the party, and TJ comes up to Emmy. He's like,
oh my God, we came up with games. You have to see our games. Come on up, because I made them about law. Okay? You want to see them? Okay. So one is like you throw darts at a board, and it's called the verdict. And then another one, you dunk for apples, but it's called objection. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. Look, guess the gavel. It's a tried and true game. Oh, and here's one. It's called Lay Down the Law book, which is funny because I probably didn't even have to add a pun to that because it was already in it. But I don't know. I just wanted to like gild the lily, I guess.
And Will's like, it's a little bit on the nose, but it's cute.
Well, thanks. I didn't realize we were on Great British Pun Off.
Yeah. Thanks for gatekeeping carnival game names.
Yeah, it's been a lot of time.
So Grace is like, let's do some cards. So she's talking to this guy, Damien, at the bar. And she's like, let's play some cards. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I don't know any cards besides tarot cards, though. And he goes, what'd you read on me? And she goes, vibes.
Hey, do I got lipstick on me? He goes, yeah, you got plenty of lipstick on you. Does it look okay, though? Mm-hmm. Looking juicy. Yeah, they're real, too. Real lips.
She's like, it's been a crazy summer ever since I escaped Liam. I'm just feeling this new evolution. I mean, fuck it. I'm feeling this new, what's it called? Evolution? Evulsion? Yeah. It's a chapter. It's a chapter in my life. But no matter what, I'm going to keep it wavy, baby. Because I always come to sparkle and shine.
So TJ, he's so excited. He goes up to Emmy and goes, so guess what? I came in this morning with Brad and then Joe. He was an hour late. And Maddie's like, oh my God, Joe, I haven't even talked to him yet today. But then Maddie comes in and she goes up to Joe. We're cross-cutting between all these conversations. She goes, Joe, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? Actually, this is the least okay I've ever been in my life. But you know, you okay? I'm okay. Are you? It's the exact opposite of that. But you know what? I have friends surrounding me, and I have friends, and I'm like that I'm not good with right now, and it's like 4th of fucking July, and I just want to have a good time.
So then Sammie walks up with Brad, because of course she does, and she looks kind of terrified, you know. And Maddie sees them and she's like, oh, fuck, Brad. Whoa, now. Whoa. He just can't help himself, can he? I'm about to see red because I've like closed this door and Brad is being messy as fuck. And it's also just like weird to bring this girl. Cause like, if this is your client, where's your HR? Cause this is not appropriate. Like there needs to be a line between personal trainers and clients.
I love Maddie suddenly cares about HR. So Trevor's like, keep her away. And then there's this girl named Fran out of nowhere. And Fran goes, you say the word. And if you want me to pounce, I'll pounce. I was like, good for you, Fran. Get your line in there.
Fran is that girl we all are friends with in the South. It's like, you want me to kick her ass? I will.
But then when you need her to kick someone's ass, she's like drunk on a sofa. I'm just like, I can't because I'm just thinking about so many things right now. I was like, okay, Fran,
or she's just kicking someone's ass before you said to do it, you know, because she just can't help herself. She's just ready to fight, you know, fucking Frans. So Brad's like, yeah, well, I know this is like Joe's going away party, but if Maddie wants to talk to Sammie, go ahead. Let the sparks fly.
So Trevor's like, you good, Maddie? No, she can get the fuck out. So then everyone goes up to the roof to have some cake. And the cake is like a cookie cake. And it says, only nerds go back for more school. Which, by the way, the perk about the cookie cake is that you don't have that annoying thing where you present a cake and then someone puts it in your face because it's a cookie. So it doesn't have the same effect. So that was a good workaround.
So Trevor's talking to Maddie and he's like, let's handle this together. She goes, no, I'm going to handle it because I know how to handle bitches, period.
So Maddie goes upstairs. Sammie's doing limbo. So she's like under the stick, like, wow, I'm part of the group. And Maddie's like,
it's already awkward enough. They've got limbo at the very corner of the roof deck. Okay. So she's going to come out of there. You're discombobulated. Someone's going over. We know that.
High stakes limbo. So Maddie goes, hey, I know we've never talked, but I would love to come and talk with you. Like, come on, we're going to go this way. Come on. So Sammie's like, okay, sounds good. So Maddie's like, Brad is conspiring against me to ruin my relationship. But I already heard the story from her. I listened to a 30-minute recording of it. Like, I don't need to hear it again differently. LO fucking L.
So she opens the front door and shows her the way out. And she's like, there. Now I've heard all I need from you and you're a fucking liar. So have a nice day. Bye, bitch. And she closes the door and locks it behind her.
And Sammie's like,
and Fran's like, you good? You want me to beat the shit out of her? She's like, no, I got it.
Sammie's like, bitch. Sammie found some lean cuisines from the freezer and was just throwing them at the glass. Take that, bitch. Take that. So,
and Sammie's just kind of smiling like, this is not this girl's house. Like, what is she doing? I can just go around the back fence.
There's other doors. So Mia sees this and is like, what just happened? And Sammie's like, I got kicked out because Mia goes outside. And Mia's like, well, that's not happening. And Maddie's like, well, I want to make sure she walks the fuck away, man. So then she
Maddie comes back to the door to make sure that this girl's not trying to get in, right? So Mia's outside. She's like, you're not the bad guy here. Don't worry. We're going to get her. And then Maddie is screaming at them from behind the door, making her like gun finger. She's like, bye. You guys have fun outside then. Go home, sweetie. Go home, skank. Bye, stupid. You smell funny. You smell like beef jerky, dummy. You're ugly. No one likes you, okay? Fran will kill you. Fran will fucking murder Fran. Tell him you'll murder her. Fran's like, I'll murder her. And then they show up from the other side of the door and they can't hear one thing she's saying. And Mia's like, it's proof. The glass is proof.
We can't hear you. Can't hear. I saw we can't hear you. Can't.
I died.
So then Will comes down. He's like, Maddie, this is my going away party. This is not appropriate behavior, okay? And so they open up the door to let them back in. And Maddie just stomps away. She goes, I kicked that bitch out. She can stay the fuck out. I kicked her out. I kicked her out of this very nice house, okay? With other doors that she can come back in on. I kicked her out, man.
So Brad is telling Sammie, he's like, yeah, I think when people don't want to succumb to something that's true, they try to like push it out. Yeah, like literally pushing her out of the house. So then Maddie's telling Caitlin, she's like, okay, like, you're not going to stay out of my business. Who's Caitlin?
Probably one of her roommates from that house on the island.
Oh, yeah. So she's like, oh, yeah, they're going to stay out of my business and not meddle. Yeah, right. You're still doing it, motherfucker. Brad just wants to see me unhappy.
He can fuck off. So then Mia goes and tells Lucia what happened. And then Sammie's like, I mean, I thought we were going to be mature and talk. And then she like pulled me aside and like took a step back and like slammed the door in my face. And Maddie's like, keep me the fuck away from this bitch. bitch. She's acting as if Sammie has like come in with like a knife and is chasing her around the house. Like, keep me away from this bitch. So Trevor's like, okay, let's be quiet. People are listening. Ha ha ha. People are listening.
So now Emmy pulls Joe aside for a talk. And she's like, Joe, just let me talk, Joe. Joe, I'm so upset, Joe. Joe, I'm really hurt, Joe. Just listen, Joe. Because for you to say me and Will are going to break up, and then the way that you've treated me after I got this promotion, Joe, I mean, I believe you look at me like your little sister, but you would not do this to your little sister, Joe.
I mean, to be honest with you, I was like frustrated because you've been like a little bit arrogant this year. And Emmy's like, are you kidding? What is even the definition of arrogant? Let me see. Having or believing in one's importance or abilities. Fuck you!
So I love she had to look it up. He's like, well, you walk in here with this confident, arrogant thing, and like you assume you're my boss. That rubbed me the wrong way, okay? And like maybe it's my ego, but like I'm admitting it. She goes, Joe, take a deep breath with me, Joe. Okay, take a breath with me. I'm worried about you, Joe. I know you feel the world's against you, but like our friendship matters, Joe. I'm worried about you, Joe.
Yeah, it matters a lot. And like, this is like really upsetting. Hold on, let me put my hands on my nose to make it look like I'm crying while fireworks go off behind me.
He's like, we're family. Remember when we had that meeting and we're like, we clean together because we're family together. So, and she's like, yeah, well, I need actions, not words, Joe. Actions, not words. Actions, okay? All right, you got to talk to Will because that's an uphill battle. Joe. Don't fuck it up, Joe.
Yeah, can you give me a hug? She's like, sure. I'll give you an AGM hug right now. So it's like an amazing scene because Joe really is trying to pretend like he is emotionally, distraught while these beautiful fireworks go off behind them. It's just hilarious that this beautifully looking scene is just about something so stupid and petty. So then now there's like more party stuff. Will's in a dunk tank and Grace is throwing balls and everything. And then O'Sheen is just like standing in the tank. And as women go by, he's like, hey, darling, love that dress. Looks phenom. You too, darling. Looking beautiful right now. What's your name? Okay, keep on walking. All right. Hey, lady, love that outfit. You're beautiful.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking, huh? Milkman over here. Hey, no autographs, all right? No one's stopping. He just looks so sad. He's like knee deep in dunk tank water, just being ignored in his sad little Speedo.
So then Will makes a toast. He goes, guys, I feel so humbled to have your support. At least most people support Joe. You're really fucked up, Joe. But anyway, I always thought I could be that guy who goes to law school. And it means the world to me that I'm now that guy that goes to law school.
What a dream. I just always wanted to be that guy, the guy that went to law school.
I don't need to actually enroll. I just want to be able to drive to one day and look at it.
I don't need to graduate from it or pass a bar. Just going to the school. That was my hope, guys.
Are there columns? Are there parking spaces? What's it like?
So Joe watches this and he's like, my biggest fear in life is not being the glue. And right now, I'm not the glue. I went from being the leader of this group to like the loser in the group. That's my nightmare.
I'm like the jackhammer. I went from Elmer to jackhammer. It's terrible. So Joe goes up to Will and Will's like, Joe, you haven't talked to me once all night. You're really fucking up, Joe. And Joe's like, yeah, well, a lot of the reason why you're mad at me is how I treated Emmy, and I apologize for that, and I'm not rooting against y'all's relationship. He's like, that's bullshit, Joe. It's bullshit.
Yeah, well, let's go outside, baby. Come on, Will. Let's go outside and talk about it. And he goes, oh, yeah? You want to take it outside, dog? Because Will's like ready to fight. Like he's ready to come to blows. Yeah. That someone actually has the opinion that he's going to break up on the girlfriend that he's constantly caught cheating on. So he goes out.
Way, they are going to break up, right?
I can't believe that wasn't at the end that they broke up. I was waiting for it. So Will's like, I can't let Joe off the hook anymore. Like he insulted my relationship. He tried to tear down my love. I mean, what am I even getting out of this friendship at this point? I'm starting to look like the fool.
Joe, come on. You know what you said. You said it last night. You said it to Arya. You've been talking shit about us. Dude, like, oh my God. Like, I never want you guys to break up. I just know you'll break up. You're two-faced, Joe. You're two-faced. Why the fuck are you going around telling everyone, Joe?
I was just talking to Emmy's best friend, okay? Because, like, she knows Emmy the best.
Did you come to me though, Joe? Did you come to me?
Oh, look, I'm just saying, like, long distance is hard, you know? Like, we're brothers, man. Come on.
You think we haven't thought about long distance? You think we haven't? I'm about to be a lawyer. I think about things like objections and recesses and approaching the bar or approaching the stand. Damn it! I'm gonna be sucking as a lawyer. I've got such a imposter syndrome.
Joe's like, it was a big stab in the heart for me. And it's like, fuck you, you fucking pussy, Joe. You're a pussy, Joe. And Joe's like, I wouldn't even speak to my worst enemy like that.
Yeah, because Joe's like, well, now we're face to face, brother to brother, man to man. And Will goes, brother to brother is a stretch, Joe.
Like, wow, it really stabbed me in the heart. And then Will's like, yeah, well, some people pretend to be your friends, but they're not really your friends. I'm over it.
This is more fireworks and more partying.
The dummies on this show. I love this show. Just the dialogue on this show kills me. So then Mia is telling Sammie, like, come here. Like, you're not leaving, okay? Like, listen, you should go talk to Maddie. I think she's just pissed at her own situation. Keep it going. Come on, keep it going. Do it again.
Have a fight. Sammie's like, yeah, I mean, we could have had a conversation from the beginning, woman to woman, because I knew we needed that talk, which, by the way, that's how you know that Brad's been meddling, because he's the one who's like, have a conversation man to man, Joe. Have a conversation man to man. So her saying woman to woman is definitely like a seed that Brad put in. So Mia's like, what I want you to do right now.
Unlike the seed that he put in someone else's mouth at that dumpster. But carry on. No pun. No pun.
So Mia's like, come on. What I want you to do right now is stand up to Maddie and get into a fight with her. Because if it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. You're not even a cast member.
So she's like, Maddie, you guys should talk, right? And Maddie goes, okay, you can sit right there, sweetheart. Maddie's like, Maddie, I'm trying to root for you here, okay? I'm trying to be Team Maddie. You make it kind of difficult.
So Maddie just stares at this girl, just stares her down all angry. She goes, I think you owe me an apology, okay? And Sammie goes, for what? For lying? I didn't lie. I have your voice. You said I lied. I set this up with Brad.
And she goes, I have my truth? Okay. What does that mean? I don't believe in the term my truth. That means you're lying and that you don't want to talk about the truth, so you have your truth. I think your truth is the biggest hokey bullshit. It's like next to triggered in my dictionary of like modern stupidity. So I don't buy that one. I think Maddie's a fucking liar. What do you think?
I think
not Maddie. I think Sammie's a fucking liar. I think Sammie purposely went and tried to bait this guy and videotape it to get on TV, and it worked for Brad. I do think she was in cahoots with Bradley. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, like who in their right mind would do that, but I do believe that she's a fucking liar. But I also think that Trevor was probably cheated in the past. I don't think it was with Maddie though.
I think that Sammie and Maddie Sammie and Bradley had a conversation where she was like, yeah, I've been hanging out with Trevor recently and he's like really handsy. And he goes, you know what? You should just like film that. Okay. Cause then Maddie can see who the fuck she's dating and she's coming for me. You should just film. Like, I imagine like sort of like an offhand remark. So she's like, I am going to. So then I think she films it to try to show something. And I think that she probably like embellished it to sort of like have this moment in the sun. And now she all of a sudden has to like follow through with it. But I do think that Trevor probably crossed the line. Maybe they didn't fully make out, but it was definitely something that was like not respectful to Maddie, but then Sammie got caught up in her own stupid story. And I think it's just like three very dumb people who are involved in an even dumber love triangle.
Yeah. Okay. So then she's like, well, I have the conversation though. So I heard it. She goes, do you have the whole 15-minute conversation? This is also why Sammie's lying. She says, how long was this conversation? It's gone from 20 minutes to 30 minutes to now 15 minutes. How long is it?
Yeah. And so Maddie's like, no. And it was a 3-minute conversation to hear what came out of your mouth. She goes, oh, so do you have the whole thing? I know everything, sweetheart. And I don't know if you know, but I was on a phone call with Trevor and I was there for the whole thing. And I heard it right out of your mouth.
And so, of course, Bradley is listening to this, and he's like, wait a minute, are you guys hearing this? You overheard the whole thing. And then we see rewind. I was on the phone call with Trevor. With Trevor. And
the producer says, wait, you were on the call? She goes, yeah. but no one's supposed to know that. I was like, okay, you're just a terrible liar and cover-upper also.
Yeah, so now what is she doing? So now everybody's just lying all the time on this show.
But it doesn't,
so Brad's
it doesn't, yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't save her case, but I don't know, it doesn't, it's so weird.
Who would have cared if she was on the phone? You know what I mean?
It doesn't change
That's a weird thing to lie about.
To find out that she was on the phone still does not mean that, like, I don't know. It doesn't move the needle on anything. It just shows that they're all mashugana.
But then Bradley's like, well, thinking back on it, it's coming back together because she orchestrated the whole thing. And this recording came up in Miami. And so we see a clip at the group dinner where Grace is like, wait, y'all, you don't understand. I spoke to the girl. Well, I mean, I don't know her name and I didn't speak to her, but I was told there was a conversation between Trevor and that girl and it's been recorded. And she said she made it up. She admitted it. And Maddie's like, stop it, Grace. Stop it. So this has already come out. So Maddie went to this dinner pretending that she didn't have this recording because she was going to hold this recording until the end of the thing to make them all look stupid, or what?
She was going to do it to make herself look like more of a victim. And then I guess what the point is about discovering that she recorded it and that she was in on it is that, like, maybe she did pressure Sammie to change her story. I guess that's the implication. Like, she was like part of this conspiracy to make Trevor, to exonerate Trevor and to make Sammie look really like shit. And so she did this thing. And then that way Maddie could then 10 days later come up and start crying and be like, I just found out this piece of evidence and I turned against Trevor and I feel terrible, when it turns out that she was lying on me the entire time. I don't really understand.
None of this makes any sense, but it's so funny thinking that Maddie really thinks she did something. Okay, I'm going to go to Miami and then you show up in Miami and I'm going to act really surprised and you can have a bomb ass car too. And I'll be like, everyone hurt my feelings. And then we'll just wait. And then it's a season finale. I'm going to reveal the call and they're all going to look fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. And Brad's like, she just did this to make me look bad. So the producer goes, so why did you lie? Was that to protect Trevor? And Maddie goes, because I'm not the bitch that gives up. Yes, but okay, but still, why did you lie?
I'm the bitch that fights. Everybody knows that I'm the bitch that fights. Ask anybody. Ask Fran. Even she knows.
She's the bitch. She's the bitch. So
she's the bitch that fights. So we cut back to her and she's like, you need to stay the fuck away from my work and my boyfriend and my life, bitch. And Trevor's like, oh, can I step in here? And she's like, yeah, you do it. And Sammie's like, I'm out of here. So Madison's like, you're leaving, you sit the fuck down. And she jumps up and tries to grab her. So make her sit down.
She says, you need to stay away from my life, my work, my boyfriend. So Sammie starts to walk away. And then she goes, no, you sit down. So do you want her to stay away or to sit down? Or
mixed signals, Maddie. These are mixed signals. Okay.
So then everyone's like, whoa, Maddie. She goes, you talk to him. You're a fucking liar. And to hear it from your fucking mouth, man. So Maddie goes, that's what she goes, I'm the bitch that fights, man. Everyone knows that about me. I will fight till the death for a stupid, terrible person.
And then fireworks are going off. And she's trying to pretend she's calm. She's like, we love you, fireworks. Happy 4th. We love that. We love that, right? Love fireworks. And Trevor's like, you're my little firework. And they're like, yeah. And then that's the end. And then it says 3 weeks later, Maddie and Trevor broke up, LOL.
After all that. Then they'll get back together because they're toxic.
Oh my gosh, what a show.
Fun, funny times. Thanks everyone for listening. Appreciate your support here on the bonus episode. Bye everyone.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always automatic with Ashley Auto.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offutt. Dana C. Dana Do.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Rigging the Funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us, it's Lindsay D. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
We love her on the rocks, it's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Have a heck of a time with Rebecca.
The highest tally, it's Sarah McNally.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender.
She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters. She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.